Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight is open panel debate night and reaction night. We'll be reacting to a few clips that the members sent in, and then also Dyer on Temple. Let's go. And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long. Doing new things. Men are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. You are in competition. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember, I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay though. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman. All right, welcome back to No Fugazee Podcast. Again, I am your host, Cooley. Tonight is open panel debate night and reaction night. As usual, if you wanna come up and join the stream, it's gonna be the first link in the comments that's pinned in the YouTube comments. You click that link and you can join the stream. We are live on YouTube and Facebook, so everybody that's tuning in on Facebook, come on over to YouTube, man. It's just a much better platform, a live streaming platform. Come on over to YouTube. Get the likes up when you come on over to YouTube as well. And if you want to join the debate tonight, click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments, or click the link that's pinned that's in the YouTube description as well. All right, so normal schedule program, and we got a few links in the description. First link is going to be for our sponsorship, but we'll get into that shortly. Second link is to join the stream, and the third link is going to be for the members. So if you want to become a member and you want me to react to one of your clips, you want to get my commentary on something, and you want to get a lot of different, perks and things when I do debate nights, if I'll prioritize you when you become a member, if you want to come on up and debate other people and stuff like that, or even debate me, you do get priority. But click that link, sign up for the membership, 3 tiers, gang, hitman, and mob size. The next link that's in the YouTube description is going to be the one-on-one consultation. So if you want to speak with me privately and directly, book a one-on-one consultation. I got you. And then we have all of the social media links as well down below. Click any of those links if you're not following us already on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X. We have all of the social media accounts linked below. All right, so quick review. Last open panel debate night, we reacted to some stuff, and then I debated some people on hypocrisy for like 2 hours. It was an interesting debate, an interesting conversation, but it seems like I've awakened them to new knowledge. But anyways, so we're going to get into Tim Pool and Dyer. They had a debate. Looks like it was just live today on Tim Pool's channel. So we're going to react to that. They were speaking about some interesting things on there. You're going to get Tim Pool's perspective. I know a lot of you may be, or maybe if you're not familiar with Dyer, but he's a Christian Orthodox, and, basically he's an expert in the transcendental arguments and expert in, apologetics as well. And he's basically going up against Tim Pool, who's not an expert at all. And that doesn't mean that you need to be an expert, but Tim Pool was just not prepared for this type of discussion. But we'll get into all of that, and we'll also react to some other content as well. You know what? As we're waiting, here's what I'll do first. As we're waiting for people to come in, let's go ahead and react to the members' content first. The clips that they sent me, let me go ahead and react to those first. Then we'll hop into Dyer. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Let me make sure my connection is right. Can everyone hear me properly? Put a 1 in the chat if you can. Here's what I'll do first. As we're waiting for people to comment. Okay, no, it looks good. Looks good from this end. All right. It looks good from this end. Okay, so yeah, let's get to these clips that the members sent. Give me 1 second here, chat. Uno momento, por favor. Yeah, YouTube, crazy shadow ban right now on YouTube. I got like 47 people watching on YouTube. This is great. How you go from 700, 500, you know, then just boom, it shoots all the way down to 50 something people on YouTube watching. It's crazy. But it's content anyway. But, you know, we weather the storm and open. All right, let's try it. This. You know, then just boom, it shoots all the way down to. Is it a connection problem? Okay, now let's refresh real quick on this screen. All right, let's try this one more time. There we go. Must be a connection problem on Instagram. Okay, here we go. It's weird. Getting some connection issues, chat. Or maybe something going on with, who knows? I don't know. Why is there, and maybe it's Restream, why is there only 50 people on YouTube and like 40 people on Facebook right now? And is the live even working properly? Okay, looks like y'all gave me all ones. Audio is good. Good. All right, let's hop right into reacting to this. Let's just keep streaming and hopefully things get figured out. Hopefully it gets all figured out, you know? You know?
Status is now, but what are you expecting on a monthly basis from financially?
From him?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm spoiled.
No, as soon as they said a sport, it's going to be a ticket. Go ahead.
What's that mean? Just
what's that range?
Because it's good insight. Because you know we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time. But just somebody you're like in the top 1% of girls that's actually you're exposed to that life, right? Like so. Yeah. What is you say you're spoiled? What does that mean?
Spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
What does that mean?
Ladies, take notes. Take notes because it didn't work on the simp. I have a lifestyle I expect to keep.
Myself, you should be able to do it for me too. And if I can't depend on you to be able to handle what I have on my plate, then there's no reason for me and me and you to be together, because that means you're gonna hold me back, and that means I'm gonna have to be looking out after you.
What about love?
What does that mean? Financial.
Homie said, what about love? Man, these modern chicks don't care about love. They care about your ability to provide for them, provide for them the lifestyle that they think they deserve. That's the truth.
What does that mean, though? What does that mean? What does that mean on a monthly? What does that mean? Roughly.
Numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 45, 50.
50.
Hey, listen. Thank feminism for this, man. Thank feminism for this. These women are so deluded that she truly thinks, right, as a human being, she expects a man to cover her lifestyle, which is between 45 to 50K a month. Let's just do the math on this. Let's do the math real quick. Let me bring out my calculator. So let's do 50K times 12. Bro, that's $600,000 per year just for her. So to date her, right? To date her, you need to be able to provide her current lifestyle, which is $600,000 a year. She getting all in y'all pockets, man. And the dude in the hat on the, what he both got on hats, the dude to the right with the black on, he did say, well, you know, you can get that out of a simp, right? A man that's going to pedestalize the woman and worship the woman. But let's continue on. Let's see what else they speak about.
$50,000 a month. So you need $50,000 a month.
What is true? I can give you the paperwork right now.
No,
Listen.
I'm not saying that you're not getting it. But hold on. You got a contract?
Listen.
You signed a contract? They signed contracts?
But listen, if you allow me, let's say my partner doesn't allow me to work, I am going to look at you and say, are you paying all my bills? Because in order for me to sit down, somebody have to pay all my bills. And not just my bills. I need extra money because you can't.
Oh. She just don't need her bills paid. She needs extra money. Extra money? Okay, so now this makes sense. So your bills doesn't cost 45 to 50,000. It's the extra expenses to maintain you. I'm sure you got your butt done and all of this stuff, so you need to probably get that redone I don't know, the cosmetic surgeries and stuff like that. But, you know, she probably, shorty look mixed. That's most likely her real hair. But if she was getting her extensions done and all that other stuff, that's more bread. But still, like $45,000 to $50,000 a year. The truth is this. She's looking for a less than 1% man. Not a 1% man, not a man that's in a 1 percentile. No, she's looking for a 0.1% man. You get what I'm saying? Is she a 0.1% woman? No, because attraction isn't symmetrical. So even if she's able to upkeep her lifestyle and afford $50,000 a month self-sufficiently on her own, good for her. But men don't care about your money. Men don't care about your finances. So it's great that you are making money and you can afford the lifestyle that you're living, but that doesn't make a man horny. Oh yeah, she can. Wow, you know, she's driving a nice car and she has this jewelry on and, you know, she's making all of this money. Wow, I think I got a hard on for her. She's more attractive. No, men are very simple. We go by beauty and submissiveness. All it is, are you beautiful? Can you comply? Can you get on our program? Can you follow our lead? Right? We don't care about your money. That's the thing she's missing. Now, on the flip side, we know that she does care about men's money. This is why she says that you have to upkeep my lifestyle. But she's viewing it all wrong. She doesn't know she doesn't know the type of men that she wants. She doesn't know what those men want from her. Those men that you want that's making all of this money, why would they care about your money? Maybe a broke guy would maybe be like, oh, okay, great. You making money, make my life a little bit easier. Like a broke guy would care about that. But the type of guy that she wants, which is a multi-millionaire, he doesn't care about how much money she's making. So that doesn't make her more attractive. He cares about other attributes about her, which is going to be, do you have the ability to defer? If there's a disagreement, you just say, all right, baby, let's go your way. That's beautiful. That's compliance. That's being submissive. That's not being a headache. That's having the ability to get on program. That's having the ability to be aware that you may have been programmed by other things like Instagram, social media, Lifetime TV shows, MTV, all of the type of shows, Gossip Girls, all of the type of shows, Basketball Wives, all of those shows that you watch probably influenced you, infiltrated your mind. but you're aware enough to say, you know what? I'm able, not even aware, you're, what's the word? You're able to be molded to get on the man's program. Like when you're getting with a man of that type of caliber, it's no longer your program. It's his program. So you've been programmed by the world. Now you need to adopt an entire new program, which is the man's program. And that's what men are looking for. This is why women like her, they, maintain being single until they're 40, 45 years old, and then living with cats and dogs, complaining like, where's all the good men? What happened? Men are all crap. No, men aren't all crap. You just don't understand men. We're very, very simple. We don't care about your finances, how much money you make. We're looking for beauty and can you comply? Can you get on our program? Can you understand that all of those other things that you were influenced in your past does not matter now? You need to leave that behind you and get on our program. Follow us. Let's play more. I'm interested and hear what else she says.
And give me my bill money and then I'm left with nothing. Yeah, I need money to save too.
You're flat. Yep.
And that's honestly, that's what really becomes expensive because my bills alone are already really high.
Okay, so now she's catastrophizing. She's looking at the worst case scenario. Like, I need to be secure. So my bills are already high and the man needs to make enough money. If it's the case where I'm not working, right? And, he's the one that's working, he needs to be able to upkeep my past lifestyle because if we break up, I need to go back to my past lifestyle. It's crazy. Imagine if you buy a dog, right? And the dog had a previous owner, someone taking care of the dog. And then the dog, it came with like, oh, this dog had this lifestyle. And, now you need to upkeep and maintain this dog's lifestyle. And I know a bunch of y'all in the chat, probably the women too, like, oh, wow, you're comparing women to dogs. How shallow of you. Stupid is just an analogy to explain it another way how the things that she expects from a man is dumb. Only simps will do it. And this is why she's single, because she doesn't respect those simps that do it. Women cannot respect has to be earned. You can't respect someone if they didn't earn the genuine connection and all of these things. If they paid for it, she's not really going to respect you. Like if you're just the guy that's paying for her lifestyle and pedestalizing her and worshiping her, well, what did she do to deserve that? She's a human being. She's flesh and blood like you. Bro, she take a dump in the toilet. Her poop stinks. It's so crazy. The simps are not listen, bro. You know how your dump stink? Out of that woman, her behind stinks. Why are you paying $600,000 for someone that stinks like you? It's stupid. Flowers don't come out of her behind. Boo-boo comes out of it. It's just yo, people are weird, bro. Simps truly be thinking women are made out of diamonds. No, nigga. She get cut, she gonna bleed. Right? She's not an angel. What's going on, bro?
Yeah.
So I need a little bit more. Not just for hair and nails and stuff, but I need a little bit more because I need to be able to save and I need a backup.
Oh, it gets worse. More money. She needs a backup. Money to save. Well, look, it's like this. Let's just take it all in. $50,000 per month. Money to save. She needs a backup. That's after the money that was saved. So you got the savings account, but then it's she said, not just money to save. I need a backup. Like, dang, what you gotta give money to her kid's child's, college tuition or something? Like, what's going like, what's going on? How can women be this high maintenance and expect so much from a man and give so little? I would ask her, my question would be, okay, like, we're not going to argue, a woman's preferences and the things that she prefers, whatever, dumb chick. But all right, so we know what the man is obligated to when he's dating you. $50,000 a month, $600,000 per year. But what does the man get in return? What's your obligations to him? I hope they ask her that question, because I would really want to know. Like, if the man says jump, does this chick say how high? Like, if the man, like, bro, $600,000 a year, she should be doing magic and making things appear out of thin air for $600,000. Like, it's no flesh and bones is worth $600,000 a year. Like, can this chick make a rabbit come out of a hat? Can she, like, is she, what's the chick from X-Men that can change into different people? Mystique. Is she Mystique? Like, every week she can change into another girl? And it's like, oh, well, this is pretty cool. Like, it's like I'm having multiple chicks, but I only got one, but she's changing into multiple different women, multiple different looking women, right? Like, do she come with magic powers? No. So it's not even worth it.
Because after we break up or anything happens in between me and you, I need security until I can find not another job, but you know what I mean? So I can get back into what I used to do before. I don't require my man to do it. Do I expect it? Yes.
Okay, she doesn't require her man to do it, but she expects it. That has to be a contradiction. Like, I don't require it, but I expect it. Like, imagine like you're like in any, that is a contradiction. In any scenario, you talking to your boss like, you know what? I don't require you to come to work today, but I expect you to be here on time. What? Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, do I come to work or not? Like, stupid. So then she's dumb. Procreate with her, get a dumb baby. She don't even know that that's the same thing. I don't require it, but I expect it. Well, what? All right. You know what? For all the ladies that's probably watching this, and there's probably only like 3 of y'all, let me like erase the feminist from your mind. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these on. Look into the camera. Come close. Look into the screen. Look into this. Yes. Right there. Right. Yep. Nope. Come closer. Come closer. There we go. All right. I just neutralized you. Your brain should be warped of the feminism. The feminism should have left your mind. This chick is delusional, right? All right. I don't think she's done. Let's listen to more.
Does he have to? No. But you can't ask me not to work if you're not willing to handle and take care of all my bills.
You can't ask me not to work if you're not willing to. Okay, great. I understand that. Please ask her, okay, what does the man get in return? Let's see.
And plus.
Plus? Wait. Yo, money comes out of nowhere with her. She keeps adding stuff on. Where did the plus come from? Why is there a plus?
You say paperwork. What were you referring to? You have a contract that you make them sign?
No, meaning like I can show you guys like how high my bills are. Yeah. It sounds like a really crazy number, honestly, but it's not just my house where I live at. You know, I have other properties. They got to get paid.
Oh man, listen, you gotta buy her an island to be with her. I quit. You know what? The funny thing is, I know of this woman, right? She's from my neck of the woods. That's what's funny. It's from my area. My brother used to hang out with her. I think she was in one of my brother music videos back in the day. And then one of my close friends used to be her manager. Or they're still cool. She was supposed to be on my podcast before and she denied it. That's the honest truth. And I understand why she denied it, because these dudes aren't asking the right questions. So of course she'll go on this podcast where, you know, they just going, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay, great. What does the man get in return? That's what I want to hear.
You know, sometimes they need a new air conditioner, a new boiler.
I don't know.
Bro, a boiler, a air conditioner. Yo, the link. You know what? Jesus could come back and it wouldn't be enough for her. Because you can tell that, you know, she's dated, you know, millionaires and stuff, right? But she never got elevated to wifey level because them dudes didn't want to wife her. She didn't qualify, right? Now, they probably simped on her, paid her money just to sleep with her, right? So she's basically a, you know, exstitute. We don't want to put the P in there because of YouTube sensitivity, YouTube TOS. But it's like, yeah, man, she ain't worth it. Like, no chick at all is worth that. At all. Like, you didn't build with me. Like, if you built with me, if I met you, we were dating and I was making bread and you built with me, this isn't like your $50,000 a month. This is the lifestyle that I'm providing for us and our family. Like, you've gave me children, right? Like, are you willing to become a copy machine? Like, I would ask this chick this. One, what does the man get in return? He has to provide all of this. What do you give him? Are you going to be a copy machine? Give him multiple babies. But you know what? You probably can't because you're definitely like 35. So multiple children is not, I mean, you could push out two, but it's going to be a high risk pregnancy. Like, baby may come out with some birth defects. Like, he might as well get a younger chick, right? Like, you're a liability. It's a risk that the man is taking. Like, men, we want to, you know, spread our seed. We want to leave a legacy behind. Can barely give children. You like 35, chick? What's going on?
Your relationship status is now, but what are you expecting on a monthly basis from financial?
Okay, so that was the end of the video. All right, chat. Listen, man. Let's go ahead and stop sharing that. Where we at? Where are we at? On YouTube. Let me see where we at on YouTube. X out. Go back in. Yo, am I really this shadow banned on YouTube right now? This is crazy. I guess I am. I am this shadow banned on YouTube. But you know what? It is what it is. Shouts out to Tiger sending in $10 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
No Fugazee. Fugazee.
Tiger says, bro, send the link for the Men in Black mind wipe thing. Yo, I got that off of I got this off of eBay actually. So when I purchased it, they had two left and I got this one. And the only other one you can get on Amazon, but it's $600 to $900. So this one on eBay was $75. right? It's, pops up right away. Pause, no homo. They got the light, makes the sound. Now the one on Amazon, it's a seller on there. He doesn't have a lot of them. I think they only have they make them personally. They only have this is the original one though. They make them, well, this is the original one that they made when the Men in Black movie came out. And they were selling them at, Target and all of that, Walmart and stuff. But the one that they selling on Amazon is better than this. It's fire. But it's $700, $900. So not even worth it. Not even worth it. But appreciate the support, man. But if you truly do want the link, I could send it to you, but I'm 99.9999% sure that they are sold out, unfortunately. All right, chat. So if anyone wants to join the show tonight, click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. It's open panel debate tonight. We can debate about anything that you want. And but before we hop into Jay Dyer on Temple, let's go ahead and take a quick moment to get into our sponsorship for tonight. All right, fellas, mission is critical. I was searching my name online and found tons of information that was way too personal. So I thought to myself, who has the ability to leak this type of information? And I found out there's companies called data brokers that profit out of selling your information to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. You already know I've been through many matrix attacks where people create fake pages of mine by using my data. And the same can happen to you. That's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep them off of these sites. They also do other things like bank fraud, identity theft alerts, and also VPN access. I want you to go ahead and utilize my link below in the description box for a 14-day free trial. At least you'll see if you've been compromised or not. Privacy is key nowadays, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link in the description box at aura.com/nofugazi and get 2 weeks free. That's more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. All right, we are back. So yeah, that's the sponsorship for tonight. Go ahead and click the link that's in the YouTube description. Super, super simple. Support the channel. If you support me, support my sponsor, Aura. It's 14 days for free. You got nothing to lose. And if you sign up, you get free merch. Just something, a little giveaway that I'm giving you guys. Free merch, right? No Fugazi shirt. God over man, man over woman, and woman over children. We only sell them in mediums and large. So for all the little niggas out there, we don't got smalls, bro. Get your weight up. We don't sell smalls. You gotta get your weight up. We don't do that around here. But so if you go to Aura, click that first link in the YouTube comments, you get a 14-day free trial signing up. And then you also get a free shirt. To get the free shirt, you just hit me up via Instagram or Facebook. Send me a screenshot of you signing up for Aura. And then send me your mailing address or P.O. box. And I will ship you out a shirt ASAP. Then your name gets entered in a raffle to win a free microphone, right? Shure microphone. It's this exact microphone right here. This exact one that I'm using. Brand new. Hasn't even been unboxed. Free microphone. So once we get up to 50 people to sign up, then we'll go ahead and pick a random name on live stream out of a hat, right? Everyone that signed up, I'll go ahead and put your name on a piece of paper, fold it up, put it in this little hat, and I'll pick out a name, and then a lucky winner. I'll already have your address because you already got the merch. I'll just send you the microphone. So sign up is free. You got nothing to lose. You get the service for free for 14 days. Great service. They helped me out a whole lot. And then you get the shirt and a chance to win a free microphone. You have nothing to lose. If you are a true supporter of mine, do that now, because why not? Why wouldn't you? All right, let's go ahead and hop into reviewing this debate. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and change. There we go.
Grounding is that just means giving an epistemic justification for why that's the case. Good reasons, not just.
And so, what's yours?
Well, I believe the Christian worldview, and I would defend that.
And now explain it.
But it's coherent, it's consistent.
Right? How?
Well, if you don't have that worldview, you are immediately caught in a bunch of contradictions.
Like what?
Like picking and choosing.
Like what?
Like picking and choosing. Well, I'll believe this thing, and then I won't believe this thing. Well, that wouldn't be consistent.
What things are contradictory? What are you talking about?
Well, to say that we do it because it works is a contradiction.
Why?
Because it's a fallacy. Works to do what?
Explain your idea.
I explained the fallacy right there.
That's a fallacy.
Explaining it?
I don't have to. It is. You've contradicted yourself.
How?
Because that was a contradiction. It's paradoxical. You said one thing was and one thing wasn't, so you're wrong. I'm not going to elaborate.
I mean, I have been elaborating, so if you're characterizing my position as not elaborating, I've been very explicit. Neoconservative is out of the UK. Bernard Lewis, who is the father of Samuel Huntington, who wrote books that influenced the Bush administration. So the Bush, Cheney, those are like sort of the arch neocons, but it's actually out of the UK from Bernard Lewis, and then they are also influenced by Leo Strauss, who was influenced by Hitler, but they also have an influence.
What's that? The guy that made jeans?
Strauss. No.
It's a joke. Levi Strauss.
Leo Strauss. Gotcha.
It's a joke. It was a dungaree joke.
Jeans were made actually, I think, originally for communist purposes.
No.
The suits were actually.
Blue jeans was like American. It was like mining and
well,
stuff.
they wanted to have a standard for like in a company town, like everybody had the same outfit. So I'm not saying
Like
they didn't make
okay,
profits.
yeah.
I'm just saying like a company town, you could say it's.
Levi Strauss invented blue jeans, and it was.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit to the part of the debate that I think is very interesting, probably like around here.
My God, my moral worldview.
Okay, yeah,
So
here it is. Let's back it up a little bit.
Point and combine it with a bunch of other points.
Because your arguments come out of that ethos, whether you know it or not, they're classical liberal
and
arguments.
you can have varying ideologies, mix and match. Let's make an argument on what I actually.
Let's go back a little bit more. Right there should be good.
That's a classic leftist position.
I'm arguing for merit-based capitalism is leftist.
Yes. Classical liberalism out of the Enlightenment.
That is incorrect.
No, out of the Enlightenment, classical liberalism is leftist.
The origin of the left is the left aisle in the French Revolution, referring to those who wanted a socialist, anti-monarchist, and the right wanted a top-down monarchist system. Okay, so your argument...
Not in the French Revolution, no.
It was the French Revolution. It was the left and the right.
The French Revolution wanted a constitutional monarchy on the right.
Quick pause for the calls. We got Witkit sends in $20. Appreciate the support, man.
No Fugazee.
He says, I think the last few shows with the low IQ people who came on made YouTube punish us for allowing them up. Let's have a good show tonight. Yeah, man, let's have a good show tonight. Yeah, man. This is weird. It's I think how many viewers do we even have watching on YouTube? I think only like 100 right now, or maybe less than that, 99 on YouTube. Now it's going, so not a lot at all. Think about it. How can your platform have 450,000 subscribers, right? And when you post clips and stuff, they get, a lot of views and all that too. And then when you go live randomly this month, because it happened in the month of February, randomly, your live viewers just plummet. And it happens, I'm not sure why, but every year, last year around this time, January, February, March, it happened. The year before, it happened. So I've been doing YouTube for 3 years, and every year during the beginning of the year, this happens to me. It may happen to other creators too. I'm not sure, but it definitely happens to myself. And what we normally do, man, we just weather the storm. So all the day ones, lock in, keep supporting. I know a lot of you already hit me up like, Cooley, I didn't even get notified of you being live. So that's already been happening. You're not being notified. So it's YouTube. That's what happens when they shadow ban you. Your supporters, your members, your followers, subscribers aren't notified of when you go live, even when you put out clips sometimes. It's just, they got to search your name for it to come up. It's crazy.
And they wanted private property on the right. The leftists wanted communism.
Indeed.
In the French
so
Revolution.
when we say left and right in an economic sense, it refers to left meaning communal, right meaning closer to laissez-faire.
That's classical liberalism, which is against the traditional position of church and state.
Tim, this is the argument that Carl makes about liberalism now.
What's the argument?
Carl?
Sargon of Akkad.
So basically, the debate currently right now is Jay Dyer pointed out that Tim Pool is making a classical liberal argument. Tim Pool isn't aware, so they're kind of talking about that right now. And then what's going to happen is Tim Pool is going to speak about rights because since he's making this classical liberalism argument, Tim Pool is going to mention rights. Well, I think that, we should have rights for XYZ and things like that. And Jay Dyer is going to, ask him for his epistemic justification for that. Well, what's your justification for these rights? So it's going to get to a debate. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be a little weird at times, but I'll go ahead and give my commentary on it.
This is I'm only saying that they're similar. That liberalism is actually a creation of the left, and that the ultimate form.
But I am not advocating for, in this circumstance, classical liberalism. I'm advocating for private rights.
Yeah, but the only point that I'm making is that his perspective is similar to Carl's perspective. You remember?
Sure, but that's immaterial to the argument being made.
No, it's not, because what you're saying that you're a socialist, you're a Marxist, but what I'm arguing would be the same as any medieval village philosophy, and they weren't Marxists or socialists back in the Middle Ages. Like if you went to a French village in the 1100s.
Okay, again, if the core of your argument is there's a private landowner. 20 years later, there's now 300 people working in this land. Mm-hmm. We now transfer the private rights from the landowner to a communal function.
Again, it's complex when you have something like the total ownership of something like a water supply, right?
Yep.
So when you have people that need that, that's different than a situation where Nestle's trying to buy an entire country's like private water supply.
Right, so again, the issue is company towns. I have 100 acres. I own the body of water on that land. Mm-hmm. I invite a bunch of people to work. They say, I'll work here. I need a place to stay. I say, I'll build you a house. They say, where do I get food? I'll build a store. And they say, we need water. I say, I'll set up a water pump for you. That's communism?
Well, let's go to the rights then, because you're arguing that you have this right as a company owner. And I would agree, but on what basis do you have those rights? Because
Booyah, this is where it starts. This is where it starts right here. Jay Dyer asked him a perfect question. So if anyone isn't aware, they're speaking about private ownership, and you people, if you own a house, if you own a company, you should have rights to what you own. And Jay Dyer is like, okay, yeah, I would agree to that, but like, what basis does your rights come from? Like, why do you own this? How do you have these rights? Where does these rights come from? So he's pointing out that Tim Pool is just making a classical liberalism argument, because if you're not grounding rights in God, right? The Christian God, Jay Dyer's a Christian Orthodox. If you're not grounding rights there, his position is, well, then you don't really have any rights. Rights is just relative, it's subjective. It's rights change based off of who's in charge, based off of consensus and things like that, right? So what are you speaking about these rights and stuff? But let's get into it.
Classical liberalism lost this whole argument when it came.
I don't know why you're bringing up classical liberalism. It's not.
That's your position.
No, it isn't. It
is. You're not aware of that, but it is your position.
No, you're throwing a blanket to encompass one point and combine it with a bunch of other points.
Because your arguments come out of that ethos, whether you know it or not. They're classical liberal arguments.
And you can have varying ideologies, mix and match. Let's make an argument on what I actually just said.
What's the basis for the rights?
The basis for the right to own private property. Well, now
your ethos.
So I argue that the rights of man are derived from the will or the duties God bestows upon man. The requirements that we have from God, which is be fruitful and multiply, requires a handful of things for which we recognize in the United States that we allow other people to do. Fully recognizing that other groups have different ideas of what rights are. So I would argue rights are we need to be able to communicate, we need to be able to protect ourselves, and we need to be secure in our possessions. These are principal rights that we struggle to survive without. As the basis of this is look at communism in general in the Soviet Union, and when you don't have property rights, congratulations, look what happens. When you have mass monopolization and oligopoly, you get something similar. So in a simple sense, certainly it is my moral worldview and faith-based structures that define what I think someone has an inherent claim to. Progressives think you have an inherent claim to someone else's labor, which I would describe as slavery. So when it comes to the idea of private land ownership, the argument is fully understanding population expansion can come to a point where some people will never own land. But the idea is I need to be secure.
So once again, Jay Dyer asked him for his epistemic justification for rights. And he is speaking about, like, he's justifying, he's not justifying it at all. He's explaining the process of how rights come about in a historical process. Like, oh, well, we communicate and we agree on this in our community. So, this is a right, and this happens. So he's just explaining like how rights just come to be, as far as, because rights is just a construct in the mind from his point of view, right? Just a construct in the mind. We know this is because it changes over time under his worldview. If rights is grounded in something, well, certain rights, like rights, wouldn't be changing, right? If it's grounded in the Christian ethos, then it's going to be structured and grounded. It's not going to be changing and things like that. Now, it may change due to, God reveals revelation and things over time, but that's already done. We're waiting for Jesus to come back now. Right? So
in my possession,
from under Jay Dyer's worldview, it's like, bro, what are you speaking about right now? You didn't give me any justification on what rights are, where they come from. You're just speaking about how historically rights, how we perceived rights historically over time, and how we've agreed on things to grant one another rights. That's about all he's saying.
To know and prepare for harsh winters, for instability, so that I can survive, so that I can be fruitful, and that I can multiply.
So you appeal to Genesis and God. What God? What principles of Genesis tell you that?
What are you talking about? I'm not a Christian.
Then how are you going to base this argument for rights in God?
What do you mean?
What God?
My God. My moral worldview.
So it's not a universal principle. It's just a...
Wait, what? He says, my God, my moral worldview. Are you God? Like, if you're justifying it in your God, what God? You don't have any God, it's just a God that you made up, so then you're God? It's not the Christian God, it's not the Muslim God. What God are you trying to justify these rights in? It would be you, your own subjective preferences, right?
Objective?
Well, I think to a lot of people, they have a moral worldview and a philosophical understanding of some things and not others. And I base mine largely on, first, I would argue that perhaps there are greater moral philosophies than the Christian moral structures. We just don't know them yet. I would say historically, based upon what we...
Time out. That was just dumb. There are greater... There's greater things than Christianity, but we just don't know them yet. Okay, so... That's why you choose not to ground, or that's why you choose not to be a Christian, and you choose not to ground rights in, Christianity. But you do believe in God. But what God do you believe in? Doesn't really make any sense.
We've seen throughout the world, and what we think we know, the Christian moral worldview has been dramatically superior to other moral structures. That being said, I'm not a Christian, and I don't believe in the faith structures they have. However, I have recognized that the moral structures of a Christian society tend to make life more official in a complex systems.
So just utilitarianism. So because it works well. That was utilitarian.
You're wrong.
That's utilitarianism.
No,
argue that it works well.
Jay, if you don't have an argument for what I said, stop trying to.
Yeah, Jay checked him on that. See, Tim wasn't even prepared for this. And the thing is, you can be watching this and it's like, if you don't understand what they're speaking about and you're just watching this, maybe trying to learn, trying to see what's going on, you can be thinking like Tim is winning this debate because how confidently Tim is speaking and how aggressive. So it's rhetoric plays a lot into a debate. Jay Dyer happened to be just very calm. I watched this entire debate. I watched the entire Tim Pool episode. Jay Dyer was chilling the entire time. Now, I've seen Jay Dyer turn up at points for sure and hold people's feet to the fire when they say the most smallest little thing and ask them for justifications and give examples and arguments to refute certain little things. Jay Dyer didn't really do any of that in this debate. He just points out some logical fallacies that Tim Pool says. He, breaks it down to him, well, basically how his worldview is just classical liberalism. Tim doesn't understand. It probably would have worked out a little bit better if, Jay Dyer would have expounded on certain points. But I know that it's a tactic as well. It's a tactic as well to, you don't really have to explain and expound too much. If you give the information, the correct information, you can leave it there. If they don't know, then hey, that's on them. If they can't comprehend what you're saying, then that's on them. But for the new viewer, the person that isn't familiar with, the style and the way Jay Dyer argues, or isn't familiar just with the worldview alone of Christianity, then you know what? You got to have some good rhetoric. You got to be convincing to get those people on your side. But Tim is just fully, it could have been Jay Dyer was probably chilling like, okay, I see that he's just like unaware of what's going on here. And he doesn't understand these concepts. He doesn't even understand that he's making a classical liberalism argument for rights. So I'm on his show. I'm gonna just chill. It could have been that. I don't know.
To blanket it with something else as a straw man.
The argument was utilitarianism.
It's literally not.
It's 100% utilitarianism. 100%.
I did. We can talk about.
Why is it not utilitarian?
Well, we can talk about deontological ethos. We can talk about.
That has nothing to do with this.
No, indeed. My point is.
See, you can tell. Normally, Jay Dyer would explain how it's utilitarianism, break it down to them, and then like hold their feet to the fire where the opponent would be like, okay, all right, you're right. That would be utilitarianism. But currently that didn't happen yet.
Enlightenment.
Instead of arguing what I said, you're arguing thing. I'm like, well, I gave you a specific outline.
Well, I'm giving you the problem with utilitarianism. I'm sorry that you're not aware of the problems with that.
So you heard what I said? Tim Pool is looking for something and he's looking for like more, but Jay Dyer, this is a tactic too. It could be a brilliant tactic that can be used to just, if they're making an argument and it's a utilitarianism argument, like an argument fits, like their position fits something, which his does, utilitarianism. Simply that just means that Tim Pool's argument is, well, it's what's optimal, what would be best. If we're going to go ahead and give rights for people for these outcomes, for what's good, right? For the utility of this, that's why we're going to give rights. For the utility of that, that's where we're going to grant rights. As long as it serves us utility, then we'll give rights. That's just a utilitarianism argument, right? Which he doesn't understand, which, that utilitarianism, well, bro, it can be a lot of things that leads to good outcomes, like locking women in cages. All right. Like currently we are below replacement level for our population. So if we say, you know what, we should lock up 0.25% of women, put them in some concentration camps and force them to have babies, it would serve good utility. You see? So a utilitarianism argument just reduces down to, well, it's good as long as it provides us utility. Make sense? So that's just stupid. It can lead to a lot of bad things and bad outcomes, like negative things, immoral things. Maybe it can be a good outcome. You increase your population level. Bad outcome, you made women slaves, bro.
I'm sorry that you can't actually address what I told you.
I'm addressing it now, which is that utilitarian arguments are pragmatic and it's not a justification.
Great. I'm not a utilitarian.
But you made a utilitarian argument.
A component of some, perhaps.
Okay.
So I don't believe in utilitarianism because
Okay, so now he disagreed. Okay, so a component of utilitarianism, a component of it. Yeah, I made an argument for a component of it. Well, no, you made an argument for that's what the view is, right?
Act would sacrifice individuals.
Right.
Again, do you know what deontological moral ethos is?
Yeah, it's Kant.
Okay, great. So when you say something like you're utilitarian, and then I bring up we do not take immoral actions against an individual for the betterment of it. I know.
So why are you bringing up Kant?
You are making an argument. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, which I did not say.
You can have different types of utilitarianism.
Sure.
You don't even have to have that.
Instead of arguing the point I made.
It's a pragmatic point. You argued a pragmatic point.
Argue the point I made. Stop trying to blanket into other things.
How does pragmatism justify the rights? That's what you argued.
Okay, I made an argument about private land ownership as a benefit to human survival.
Right, pragmatic.
Okay, so address what I said.
How does appealing to pragmatism...
a point, you make yours addressing what I said.
Yeah, that's not a justification.
Yeah, so it's very simple. How does appealing to pragmatism, how does that make something moral? Like, just because it's pragmatic, does that mean that it's moral? It's a right? Right? If we're looking at rights, we're looking at it from a moral standpoint. Right? So if that's the case, then, pragmatism won't result to that. Utilitarianism won't result to that. Then it'll be a lot of bad things that you would write into law because it serves utility. You get some type of benefit out of it, but it hurts someone else. Well, it's pragmatic. It gives us utility. Why not?
And it's a bad argument.
Explain why.
Because appealing to things that work or pragmatism isn't a justification.
Explain why I'm wrong about the requirement of private land ownership for survival.
Bro, he just did. What? Don't you understand?
You grounded the right in utilitarianism and pragmatism, and I'm saying that's not a good justification. It's a bad argument.
So explain
because
why.
Anything that works could be all over the place. That could be subjective.
Indeed, that was my point. In which I said there are probably moral structures that work better we have not discovered yet.
Then it's not a justification, so you don't know. So if it's a future thing that you haven't figured out yet, then you don't know right now that it would be a justification.
I understand certain principles of gravity and the speed at which things fall, but we don't know for sure how the structures work.
Then it wouldn't
We
work
operate based on probabilities.
Right. But that would not work to justify the rights as grounded in an unknown.
Then go jump off a building and see how it works for you.
You told
that was a stupid argument.
I have to, so I have to.
Go jump off a building and see how it works because you don't know gravity. It's a future thing you haven't figured out yet. We operate on probabilities based on what we think we know because we actually don't know.
But that doesn't ground a right, Tim. That's the point.
Indeed.
Real quick, anyone that wants to join open panel debate night, click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments or click the link that is in the YouTube description. We're currently live on Facebook and YouTube right now. Let's get some people to join debate night. Let's go, but let's continue to react to this.
Future probabilities? I asked you for the grounding for the right to private property.
So far, human history has proven private land ownership is beneficial to human existence.
That's a circular argument. It benefit. I'm asking how you know that it benefits, and what does it mean to benefit? And you're saying because it was good.
It makes more of it.
That's a circular argument.
Why?
Well, why? Maybe making more of it's bad.
It's certainly not.
See, normally Jay Dyer would give examples on why making more of it would be bad. You know what I'm saying? Jay Dyer isn't he actually isn't trying to destroy him. Tim Pool is defeating himself the more he speaks. Jay Dyer really didn't do too much. I wish he would have, because he's more than capable, right? Shouts out to Jay Dyer. I wish he would have, right? This was I'm not sure how many times he's been on Tim Pool. Tim Pool is a big platform, but man, sometimes you just, if you're watching Jay Dyer, always keep just no advice. Who am I to give advice to you, right? I steal some of your arguments, especially some of the transcendental arguments and stuff like that. But I would say, listen, man, keep the eye of the tiger. When you go on these platforms, they're not any competition for you. Go in there and destroy. Destroy. Fully destroy. You can refute every point. You are articulate enough to do it. Right? You can do it all. And I know you didn't have to do it at all, but you could have. And, maybe this played out perfectly and it is what it is. But from the audience, from like the blood sport debate, right? We're looking for destroy.
Okay, but why not? That's the point. That's why it's a circle.
Well, let's go back to the origin of what we think we know. Again, because everything is rooted in what we think we know, right? Some people think the Earth is flat. They're probably wrong, but honestly, I've not done the experiments myself to a great degree. I've just been in a plane. So if we go back to, again, the roots of science, we can take a look at a few things. Free energy tends to coalesce into complex systems, starting with the baser elements, or we can say quarks into particles, into atoms, into elements, into compounds. At some point, for some reason, you get gravity, likely because if you're familiar with our current understanding of gravity, mass creates attraction, etc. And this results in certain masses coming together. Eventually, you'll get something like a gas giant. You'll get something that compresses, then ignites fusion, and you get a sun. We get all this stuff. Then you get an Earth. Earth is the result of... Are
you certain? You're speaking about a whole lot of things, but do you know this? How do you know this? Are you sure what you know is actually true? He's just speaking right now, but he isn't, he's giving a evolutionary argument. Do you believe in Darwinism? What you talking about right now? I thought you said that you believe in God. But the thing is, what God? Tim Pool doesn't know what God, so he's going to adopt from different worldviews. He's going to adopt, God, I think there's something that maybe evolution can't explain, so I'll say that I'll believe in God. But evolution, I kind of like their explanations and stuff like that, even though it's nonsensical. They basically say that we came from dirt and sea animals and chimpanzees. But why are there still chimpanzees, monkeys, and sea animals still here? When are those things going to turn into other humans? Right. So it's just a dumb position. But let's continue on.
Of certain things slamming together, creating a bunch of complex elements through process of fusion, etc. And then at some point on Earth, for some reason, again,
sounds like he just watched a Neil deGrasse Tyson 4-minute clip, and he studied it verbatim, and he's just reiterating exactly what Neil deGrasse Tyson said on how the world was created and how we're here.
Really know for sure. These molecules and compounds start forming self-replicating proteins. Again, in modern science, the one thing we recognize is that there is greater entropy and limited entropy. Negative entropy can only exist in a slightly greater entropic system. But we do see free energy organizing into complex systems throughout the Earth and in the universe. That's what we monitor. Eventually, these complex systems ultimately become cellular organisms, single cells, then multicellular organisms, by which they then create complex organism systems. They create ecosystems. Now you've got a squirrel planting a nut, growing a tree. The tree then drops the food for the squirrel. And now you've got two distinct life forms that form a complex system within its own free energy. And then we get to the craziest part with humanity in the creation of abstract complex systems. That is, humans give names to things that don't exist anywhere in reality except in the energy transference between the mind and the vibrations between their mouths.
Okay. So now he's speaking about basically metaphysics. So if everything came from matter, like physical material, everything is was material, how do we get immaterial things like logic, reason, numbers, mathematics, induction, deduction, all of these things? How do we get all the self? How do we get all of these immaterial things from material? You're saying that we got it, but you didn't justify how we have it, because these are things that empiricism cannot measure. You can't measure logic, right? There's no technology or tool, right, to measure like, yep, that's logic. There's not like, if basically he's saying that logic is rooted in the brain because of the elements, the molecules, and then we got humans, and then humans were able to have abstract thoughts and ideas and name things. Well, how do we know that the meaning, that how we're communicating is transferring properly? How do we have the ability to interpret things? How do we know what we're interpreting is correct, right? It's abstract. How is this grounded in material, where material always change? I would ask him, okay, so if it's grounded in material, right? Numbers, logic, all of these things. Material under your worldview, from how you just explained, it does change over time. So this means that 2 plus 2 won't always equal 4. 2 plus 2 could equal like 22. You got 2, you got another 2, put them together, 22, right? 1 plus 1, down equal 2. That equal 11, right? Because it can change. It's all subjective. It's all relative. It all, the abstract, the metaphysics derived from the physical. The metaphysical derived from the physical. We've never seen that before. If that's the case, that then somewhere, like the world is, 80,000 billions of years old, somewhere a rock would have a mind, right? Or there's minds out there somewhere else. Why did we name the, what's so special about us? Why did we name it the rock and that a tree? Why didn't it name itself? Under your worldview, it could have named itself. It's all random, right? No, it's all purposeless. Oh, but we're special. We're the only ones with purpose. But in your worldview, you're not a Christian, so we're not made in God's image. You just believe in God. But what God, right? Not an image bearer God? Okay, cool. Let's continue on.
So what we then...
They're just questions. I have so many questions for him.
See is the function of life is negative entropy within a larger entropic system. If we as life, which are driven to reproduce and are, and we typically associate all of those things with being good and enjoyable, like having kids, having Christmas morning, then we track, based on what we have seen throughout the earth, what is the most beneficial to that. There are a few answers for this. Islam could be one of them. They've certainly been massively successful, have lots of kids. We can take a look at Africa and say certainly that is beneficial. However, I would make the argument that the European cultures that developed science, space travel, cures for diseases, and then effectively colonized the whole planet, as well as the Asian cultures, have proven greatly that these moral worldviews lend themselves greater to the ectropic system within the entropy. And then we would say, well, it's maybe a toss-up, but I do think that the American Judeo...
You got people in the chat. Coolly, biblically speaking, we did come from dirt. yeah, the planet was here before us and God made us from what was already here, but God made us in his own image. So it's not like we came from dirt, how evolution is, right? Like actual, you know what I mean? Like over time, we just came from dirt. No. Remember, God did it in one day. One day. Created the heaven. One day, said it was good, created the earth. One day, said it was good, created man. And a day, said it was good. Everything that God created was good. Morally, it was stamped to be good. And he created humans special in his image. So it's not the same, my friend.
Christian or just Christian moral values, which include things like private property, have lended itself to the formation of complex systems. That is life expansion and all the things that we cherish in the world. And thus, those are the things we aim for. Certainly, these things are very subjective, and some people believe other things. Some people might think it's better to watch the whole world burn because humans are a virus that spread like a plague. I don't believe that, but I do recognize I can't convince other people, nor do I know everything. So in the end, I ultimately conclude, if we want people to have families and have kids, private land ownership is probably the best thing we can do.
That's a good story, but it doesn't get to grounding or justification for why the right is actually something that is grounded in God. So storytelling is one thing.
Yeah, right. It's grounded in God because God...
Yeah, bro, you just spoke for, I know it's your podcast, but bro, you spoke for like 5 minutes. Jay Dyer got like a few words in. Just let him speak, man.
It commands us to be fruitful and multiply. And
But you don't accept that revelation, so it's just a thing
I do.
to
What do you
appeal
mean?
to. Well, you said you're not a Christian. You
Indeed.
think maybe...
Just because you're not a Christian, you can't believe some things Christians believe?
Well, but I mean, you could do that, but it's not a consistent position is all I'm saying.
It's a consistent position to believe that humans should be fruitful and multiply. I didn't argue that I believe Jesus died on the cross.
But to pick and choose elements of the worldview as a grounding for rights and private property is what.
Yeah, because you can easily say like, well, why be fruitful and multiply? Why? What's the justification for it? Like, why do it? Right?
Something that everyone will do.
But that's another fallacy. The fact that people
It's not.
do it. Yes.
I don't have to
The fact that
confine
people do
myself to
things,
one of someone else's books.
These are fallacies.
It's
the
not.
fact that people do things doesn't have anything to do with whether that's correct or whether that's right.
I agree.
Then you're admitting it's a fallacy.
No, you're arguing that if I believe one thing from Christianity, I have to believe everything.
No, again, it was an argument about grounding the idea of private property. So maybe you're not familiar with what grounding is.
Yeah, he's just pick and choosing what he wants to believe in. All worldviews consist of 3 things: epistemology, metaphysics, and ethics. So he said and conceded that, well, currently right now we can observe currently and throughout history, Christianity did provide the world with the best ethics. Okay, got it. So then he's choosing from, his ethics would be certain things within Christianity, I guess. Like, I guess. And then the metaphysics, he is assuming both. He's taking on some of Christian metaphysics, and then other metaphysics of like evolution. Right? And then his epistemology is not coming from scripture at all. And epistemology is simply, it's the theory of knowledge. So like where knowledge comes from and things like that. So that he's just all over the place within his worldview. So his worldview overall has 0 grounding. It's not consistent. It isn't even coherent.
That just means giving an epistemic justification for why that's the case. Good reasons, not just.
And so, what's yours?
Well, I believe the Christian worldview, and I would defend that.
And now explain it.
But it's coherent, it's consistent.
Right? How?
Well, if you don't have that worldview, you are immediately caught in a bunch of contradictions.
Like what?
Like
so it was a time where Jay Dyer could have explained the worldview, but he probably took the high road and was like, you know what? It don't even matter if I'll explain it because he's not a Christian. He's just going to be like, it's subjective anyway. So it's pointless to explain. What he did was he flipped it on him. He flipped it and said, well, if you don't have that worldview, then, it's incoherent.
Picking and choosing.
Like what?
Like picking and choosing, well, I'll believe this thing and then I won't believe this thing. Well, that wouldn't be consistent.
What things are contradictory? What are you talking about?
Well, to say that we do it because it works is a contradiction.
Why?
Because it's a fallacy. Works to do what?
Explain your idea.
I explained the fallacy right there.
That's a fallacy.
Explaining it?
I don't have to. It is. You've contradicted yourself.
How?
Because that was a contradiction. It's paradoxical. You said
that.
one thing was and one thing wasn't, so you're wrong. I'm not going to elaborate.
I mean, I have been elaborating. So if you're characterizing my position as not elaborating, I've been very explicit.
So what makes
the
Christian moral worldview on private land ownership?
Well, we're made in God's image, so we have the 10 Commandments. It has a position where you can't steal. So that's a basis for private property right there. But I can't just pick and choose.
You can't explain it.
What do you mean by explain?
Like, is your answer just...
No, he just explained it.
God said.
No, the answer is that your worldview is inconsistent and contradicts. That's a transcendental argument. That's the argument.
What is inconsistent about my worldview?
You gave no justification for why rights are a thing. You just said because it
literally
works.
did.
That's not a justification. It's a fallacy.
That I explain a function of existence.
That's not a good argument. Explaining functions?
That's not an argument at all.
Explaining functions
That's not a good argument.
You to justification.
That's a bad argument.
Now he just talking. That's not a good argument. That's a bad argument. Bro, let him speak.
So you're just saying things.
Well, you're just saying things to me.
I'm explaining to you how it would work in a college class. If you took an epistemology class, you would be getting the same critiques.
Is your argument God wills it?
No.
Then what
the argument is that the worldview as a whole is coherent and gives a justification and a grounding for the ethics and for these things.
And why? Explain the coherence of it.
Well, if the world is made by God, if we have ethics being made in the image of God based on the 10 Commandments, these kinds of things, then it makes sense why things are wrong and right.
Are there other religions?
Of course.
Do they think you are wrong?
That's a fallacy. It doesn't matter.
So why
are
would
there people that don't believe 2 + 2 is 4?
Yeah, sure. My point is...
Okay, so does that have anything to do with does that have anything to do with
let's try this before we actually go to the next segment. If your argument is, I am right and other worldviews are just wrong and don't matter.
That's not what I argue. I argue they're contradictory.
Okay, I argue yours is contradictory and yours.
But that's not an argument.
It is.
I gave you
It's the argument you gave to me.
I showed your contradiction because you said...
What's the contradiction?
You said that it's true because it works.
I didn't say it was true.
You said that that's why you believe it. That was.
I said based on what we think we know right now, and there may be better structures we discover in the future. This seems to be the best course of action for promoting human existence.
So it works. That's an it works argument.
I think that's an oversimplification of we act upon probabilities to do the best we can.
Okay, but again, none of those things work to ground why private property should be something everybody should accept.
I think my argument is it helps people survive better than any system we have.
So it works. That's a pragmatic argument, and that doesn't work to justify or ground the position.
It certainly does.
No.
Why should we use a fire hose to put out fires?
You keep thinking that working means that it's a justification. That's not what grounding is even asking for. It's a different type of question.
I understand, but you are not actually making any point at all other than God wills it.
That was not the argument. The argument was that the whole worldview...
Your argument is I have a Christian worldview that is...
It's a transcendental argument for the whole worldview.
And I have that same exact thing.
No, you didn't argue that at all.
I do.
You argued utilitarianism and pragmatism.
I argued that the structure of life is organizing free energy into complex systems.
But that doesn't tell me what I ought to do. That just says...
No, zero alts. Zero alts at all. The only alt that you gave was from a utilitarianism point of view. So Jay Dyer is 100% correct.
What is?
It indeed tells you what you ought to do.
Why? How is it universal?
You are to be fruitful.
Yeah, how do you get an how do you get an is? How do you get an ought from an is? Explain.
Multiply.
Is that universal?
Indeed.
How?
That life procreates and creates more life.
Well, that's a universal claim, but you said that it's subjective to you. So
well, no, I recognize that other people believe other things.
Mm-hmm. That's not what universal means. It just means, is it binding everywhere at all times?
You said it was subjective to me, and I said...
No, you said that.
I said, no, I recognize other people believe other things.
That's not what universal means.
And other people could perceive that as subjective.
Universal means it applies at all times, at all places, to all people.
Uh-huh.
They ought to do this.
They should ought to do this.
Okay, what is the basis for the ought in your position?
Him. He's the basis for the ought because he believes he's God. He said, well, the God that I don't believe in, the Christian God, I don't believe there's not a specific God that I believe in, the God that I believe in just comes from my own mind. So therefore, then he's stating that he is God.
This is for why people should have children.
And have private property or whatever.
God wills it.
But
what God?
You don't believe in God in any specific way. So how does that have any meaning?
I literally do believe in God.
But you said it's not the Christian God. It's just parts of Genesis.
Correct. I don't believe in the Christian God.
Okay, so what's the principle of this God?
Yeah, what's the principle? What's the nature of your God? Is your God evil? Were you made in the image of your God?
God is largely a Christian God.
So you do, but don't. I don't get it. What?
Do you have the ability to understand that there are different faith structures?
Yeah.
You, by all means, you're allowed to say my religion is wrong.
But it has to be coherent.
But to argue that I don't have a
consistent?
religion, certainly my religion is consistent.
Okay. What is the basis for when you know when to pick from what text and which ones to reject?
I'd ask the same question of you.
Well, that's a tu-quoque. That's a fallacy.
To ask you to define.
Yeah, so here's when, this is part of the discussion where Jay Dyer is just whooping him down. He's beating him down. Simple, unprepared.
Fine. So you can explain.
To ask me the question I just asked you is a fallacy in debate, yeah.
Can you do it or no?
Yeah.
Oh, then
but I don't pick and choose, so I don't have that problem. I accept the totality of the Christian paradigm. So for me, it's not a problem to pick and choose. Orthodox.
So are there things in the Bible that you do not adhere to?
No.
Explain to me, there's modernization, correct?
Of what?
Of the Christian, I don't know, I guess moral structures, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. Like talk to me about Leviticus.
What about it? It's a typology.
Do you follow it? Are there things to be followed?
Yeah, there's principles in Leviticus, sure. Jesus references those, yeah.
Do you...
Scam Chan, I know you're an atheist, man, and one of my few atheist supporters that I have. Click that link if you want to debate, man. And anybody else that wants to debate tonight, click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments, the live comments, or click the link that is in the YouTube description. It'll be the second link in the YouTube description. You click that link, and we can debate about anything that you want tonight. If you're an atheist, come on up. If you're a feminist, come on up. If you watched any of my content before and you disagree with me on anything, bring it to my attention, and we can debate about it tonight.
Is it okay to not follow some of them? Is it okay to follow some of them?
Well, Jesus, being the one that gave Leviticus as the law, would have the ability to decide how it's interpreted. So, yes.
Are there things in the Bible that you are supposed to do that you don't?
There are temporary ceremonial commands that are fulfilled. So you're talking about like sacrifice animals, sure.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't?
If the principle is that Jesus gave the law and he says how it's exercised and fulfilled, that's not inconsistent.
What I don't understand is there are Christians that don't eat meat on Fridays.
That's just a fasting position that Catholics do.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Is that right or wrong?
Well, what does that have to do with Leviticus?
I'm now moving forward and asking you about a specific thing I don't understand. That there are Catholics, they don't eat meat on Fridays. Is that not so again? I think you don't view Catholics as coherent.
Right.
That is, we'll end the argument there. You view your religious structure as the coherent structure, and other structures are incoherent. Okay, I disagree, and we are allowed to disagree that we have two different moral religious worldviews, and that is the inherent disagreement. So in my moral worldview, I believe there is a basis in private ownership, because if you are to fulfill God's will of having children, having families, you need a way to control your resources so that you can do that without it being taken from you. I actually think we agree on that point.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why you were arguing when we had completely agreed on that, other than to say I'm not a Christian.
Because it's not just a question of having the right position, but what are the good reasons for...
That's arguing for the sake of arguing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he was just all off. When I get the likes up, chat, get the likes up. So again, it is open panel debate night. Anyone that wants to join the stream, you can click the link that is pinned in the YouTube comment section, or click the link that is in the YouTube description. Same link, but you can join from any of those areas. We're currently live on Facebook as well. Everybody that's tuning in on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. It's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube. Much better stream. When you send in chats, I can read the chat, bring it up on screen. You can donate, and that comes up on screen too. Just much better here on YouTube if you're tuning in on Facebook, which we do have a lot of people on Facebook right now tuning in, but come on over to YouTube. All right, so that was that. Yeah, I think Jay Dyer completely destroyed them because Tim Pool was unprepared for, the philosophical debate. But anyways, let's go ahead and react to some other stuff while we are waiting for the scary people to click that link. I'll be seeing y'all in the comments, man. Y'all always in the comments talking smack. Cooley, I disagree. Cooley this, Cooley that. But click the link, come on up, and let's debate tonight, right? Let's get it. All right, looks like we got people clicking that link. But when you come in, make sure your camera is on. So when you click the link, turn on your camera. And I'll bring you on up. Not going to bring you up if your camera isn't turned on. And you can do that just right on your iPhone or laptop. Turning on your camera. Enabling that. But let's get into this other clip real quick. Looks like we got another clip from the same young lady that one of the members sent me. So let's get a reaction to this real quick. All right, this was at 8 at the table. Okay. I haven't seen this one, but I was on this podcast, actually. Shouts out to 8 at the table. This was the first podcast that I ever went on besides my own. And, good hospitality. Shout outs to the owner. Cool dude. But, yeah. Shout outs to my man Rico, too, who be on there.
30s.
Hold on, let's refresh this. It says the age gap dating cycle, how older men damage young women and create a generational problem. Oh, it's the older men that damage the younger women that create the problem. Okay, let's see what she says.
You're dating younger women and you're kind of like ruining, damaging them at a young age. So now when we get to our 30s, we're completely damaged by older men, and now we don't want you and y'all don't want us. The man is 40, 45, let's say. Right?
I get it.
Now he has money, his house. Now he got time, right? He has time to go live his best life. Now he wants to date younger woman, right? Let's say a 21-year-old. Now he dates her for 4 years. While he's dating her, he's cheating with other 19, 20, 25-year-olds. You're damaging this young.
She's speaking about something specific. Like, I would just ask her, who hurt you? Like, the 30, 35-year-old or 35, 40-year-old man, he's dating a younger woman, but he's cheating on her. Like, this is so specific. Who hurt you? Did this happen to you? Were you the younger girl that got cheated on by an older guy? Guess what? Guess what's so funny about this? It doesn't matter the age. Does age correlate to cheating? I think not. An 18-year-old can cheat on you. A 22-year-old man can cheat on you. It has nothing to do with age, right? So she's just wrong. She's just incorrect in blaming everything on a man. But let's continue to watch on.
Young girl, right? You're causing trauma and damage that's going to cost her pretty much years to heal, right? Now we get, fast forward years later, she's 30, right? She's damaged. All because of...
She's damaged by her own choices. These younger women, even if they're 18, they have the right to vote. They can drive a car. They can do so many things. But for some reason, they can't choose a man. They can't choose the right man. It's the man's fault. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't matter what age the woman is. A man can't have sex with the woman unless she grants access sex. So that young lady just made the wrong decision. She chose the wrong man. And it could have happened it could have happened with any man that she chose, an 18-year-old man, a 25-year-old man, a 30, 40-year-old man, a 60-year-old man. It could have happened with any man. The age doesn't matter. It's about the characteristics, the values of the man that she chooses. So she's just incorrect. We got some people coming up for backstage open panel debate night. Make sure your camera is on. Let's continue to react to this.
40-year-old wants to be living his best life after he built himself. Now you damaged the girl at 21. She's 26. You left her for the younger woman now, right? Now we trying to date people our age. Now we looking at y'all like y'all ain't got your damn shit together. And
So it's all, look, she's speaking from experience. Like, just speak about you specifically. You made the wrong choice by dating a man, right? By dating a man that just happened to be older, but a man that cheated on you, right? And you dated this man is because you were the same woman in the last video that said that for your lifestyle, you require $45,000 to $50,000. You expect a man to cover $45,000 to $50,000 a month for your monthly expenses, which accumulates to over $600,000 a year, or exactly $600,000 a year. So of course you went for an older man because you were dating within your hypergamous nature, and go ahead at it, right? But you can't blame men for the guys that you chose. Like, you chose them. No one forced you down. No one forced you in a relationship. These men didn't force you to have sex with them. No, you chose to have sex with these men, chose to be in a relationship with these men. And they just so happen to be older than you. And guess what? You got the bad end of that deal. Not because of the age, but because you lack discernment, because of your own poor choices. That's why.
and we don't want y'all. But now this is where it gets hard. Now we older, and now we are, let's say 30 now. We no longer attract the same type of man. We no longer attract the same amount of men.
Yeah, these are facts. Women are born with their sexual value. So it's up to you, ladies, to preserve your sexual value for the right man. Not for the wrong man, but for the right man. That's what you do. Right? So she's aware that as a woman gets older, she loses options, she becomes less attractive, and her position in the dating marketplace, decreases. Her value decreases. She's aware of that, but she's not aware that, chick, it was all your fault. Take accountability. Like, you chose these guys. That's crazy.
So now we end up alone, or with trash, or whatever's available. And honestly, what's really available out there, it's burnt out.
The effect is her.
Got Rico in there. Okay, let's bring up some people for open panel debate night. Let's see what we got. Welcome to open panel debate night. State your name and what do you want to debate about. Right now, dog, I can see shorts and feet, man. Turn your camera around. You wilding right now. Homie had his dogs in the screen. Come on, man. Don't nobody want to see your dogs, bruh. Get your camera situated, man. Get that situated. All right. Anybody that wants to come up for open panel debate night, click the link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. Click that link and I'll bring you on up. It's going to be the link that's in the live YouTube comments, or just go to the YouTube description. The link would be in there as well if you want to come on up and join in a spirited debate tonight. We can debate about anything that you want. If you're a feminist, come on up. If you're an atheist, agnostic, come on up. We can debate about, your worldview. We can do a worldview debate. Or if you just, disagree with any of my takes, if you watch any of my content on dating and relationships, any of my debates that you've seen and you're like, Cooley, yeah, I think that you suck, then come on up and let's debate, All right. While we are waiting, that last guy that came up, get your camera figured out. I see you still attempting to come on up on the stream, but I'm not going to bring you up again, bro. You got to get your camera figured out, and then I'll bring you up. All right, let's see what other clips we got. Get the likes up while we're waiting, though. We're shadow banned on YouTube right now, so let's try to beat this shadow ban by everyone liking the video. You like the video, it gets pushed into the algorithm. We beat the shadow ban. That's how it happens. That is the process of it. Like the video, share the video, stuff like that. All right, let's get into the next clip. Uno momento, por favor. 1 second, let me get this pulled up. So we do have so today's Thursday. I do have a 1v1 debate scheduled with Mr. Fantastic this Saturday. Ali and Fatty hit me up and put me in a group chat. So I'll be debating Mr. Fantastic. Looks like he doesn't believe in force doctrine. So we'll be debating force doctrine. Specifically what he said, let me see here. To be clear, I disagree with who can apply / utilize force doctrine. Okay, so that means that you disagree with the force doctrine. Okay, so I guess we're going to be debating that this Saturday, and that's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They also may add in other debating topics as well, but currently just force doctrine for now. And I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll be streaming it live on my platform too on Saturday. So you guys get it from me. So that's going to be this Saturday, a debate, me versus Mr. Fantastic. You seen him. He came up on Tuesday, and that was the guy that didn't understand the true definition of hypocrisy. So I'll be debating him. So stay tuned this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then next Saturday, we got a full panel girl show. That's going to be dope. And then we got the normal scheduled programming next week too. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, every Tuesday and Thursday between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be going live and we'll be doing open panel debate and reactions. So that's what you guys can expect for the next week to come. But we are still waiting for people. Well, we got 2 people back here, but their camera isn't on at all. So I'm not going to bring you up. So for the 2 people that's backstage, remember, you got to turn on your camera. I got to see something. Like, it comes up in a little small screen, so I really can't see things. That's why when I clicked on the first guy, freaking feet and his shorts was in the camera because I couldn't see from what it was until I brung them up. But at least turn on your camera so I can see that it's on, and then I'll bring you on up. All right, chat. Let's get into some more reactions. Here we go. 1 second. What's this? You know what? Let's react to, because I didn't even really watch it that much. Let's react to Trump's speech, right? Let's get a little reaction to that. One of the members sent it to me, so why not hop into that reaction? This should be interesting. All right, for the people that's backstage, now we got a third person that came up. Camera is still not on. Well, you just came up, but turn on your camera, Sword of the Lord. Turn on your camera, and I'll bring you on up. Three people so far back here, 0 cameras up. Like, what's going on? Are y'all just trolling? Clicking the link and then, not turning on your camera? All right, let's go ahead and react to some Trump. Why not? Let's see.
These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Talking about all the Dems. Yo, Trump is funny, though. You got to say he's funny. That's one thing, we got to give it to him. I don't agree with all of his policies and the things that he's been doing in this, time that he's been in office, but homie is funny.
Amazing, incredible, Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh? Nobody stands up. These people leave. So tonight I'm inviting every legislature to...
Hey, yo, the Dems are fake falling asleep at the State of a Union address.
to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle.
And that's the thing. Dems be so petty that you got to be petty back, right? Sometimes you just got to be petty back. Like, of course, he sees them not standing up for things that they, why wouldn't you stand up for, these good things? And this, he can look in the audience to see them leaning their head over their body language. So it's like, man, y'all crazy. I call them crazy too.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Booyah. Yes. Look, and what do we see? Half of the side, the Republicans all standing. All of the Dems not standing. Like, that wasn't anything too crazy, right? What he said. If you agree with this statement that the first duty of the United States government is to protect their citizens, not illegal immigrants. Look, their citizens, not illegal immigrants. Like, he didn't say immigrants. He said illegal immigrants. Let me rewind it back.
People are crazy.
Man, let me refresh real quick. Let's bring it back.
So tonight I'm inviting every legislature to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Yeah, he said illegal aliens. Why wouldn't they not stand up for that? They just petty, bro. Little kids. Like, imagine. He could have said anything. You should all stand up for this statement. We should not grape little children. The Dems will still be sitting down. Yo, it doesn't matter what he said. They would still sit down. Even if it was the most virtuous, noble, great thing, they would have still been seated. That's how petty they are. And this just tells you something. It's not nothing that he can do or say that would ever be right in their eyes. Ever be right. It's nothing that he can give them. Nah, them Dems, they flake the money. You give them the bag, they'll change up. Because they don't have any integrity, right? They have no self-dignity on that side. And even on the right, a lot of them have no integrity and no self-dignity. But on the left, it's a little bit like, if you believe that a man can be a woman, it's just like, bro, come on now. You wildin'. But yeah, so they're so petty, man. So petty. Oh, I see you backstage, Sword of the Lord. I got your message. Okay, I'll bring you up to debate. I guess you don't have a camera set up on your laptop. All right, I'll bring you up to debate. Let me just react to this. Actually, you know what? Let's hop right into debates. Let's see what you want to debate about. I'll make one exception because he did message in the private chat, says that he's on his laptop. His laptop doesn't have, dang, what kind of laptop you on that doesn't have a camera? That's crazy though. But fair enough. You said that you hit me up another time that you wanted to debate. All right, so it looks like you're really trying to debate. So I'll bring you on up. Let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Going to take a quick break. We will be right back. 1 minute break. I just need to use the restroom. All right, we are back. Oh, I had an auto switch on. Why did it have an auto? I didn't even know I had those capabilities. All right, let's bring up this guy to debate. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. State your name and what do you want to debate about?
My name's Ford, and I have to ask you about biblical polygyny.
Okay. So when I'm speaking, I'm getting some feedback from. Okay, now I'm not getting any feedback. So now it's good. 0 feedback. All right. So you want to debate about polygyny? Well, actually, now I am getting feedback. Is there a way that you can put on headphones or something? Every time I speak, I'm getting feedback.
Okay.
Or like, are you playing the podcast like in the background or something?
No.
You're not playing the podcast in the background?
Is it good now?
Yeah, I think it's good now. Okay, so give me your argument for you said for polygamy. What's your argument?
Yeah. First of all, it's legislated in God's law in Torah, which means it's ordained by God. God himself says that he describes Israel and Judah as his 2 wives. And he also blessed Jacob with his wives. And he tells King David that he gave him his wives and would have given him more if he would have asked.
Where did dude just go? Bad connection or something, man? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where you went. Let's try to bring him back up. Let's try to bring him back up. Okay. Yeah, bro. How about you try joining through your phone and not through your laptop? So come back in and try joining through your phone. Okay. Y'all funny in the chat. Being able to upload a profile picture entails a cam on the computer. Yeah, man, you got a camera on the computer, bro. Turn on your camera, man. What's going on with you, bruh? You just X'd out. I didn't X you out. You just left the entire thing. But yeah, come back up with a phone or something. And yeah. And turn on that camera too. Chad is right. He could bring one. He could definitely use a cam. He can't use cam excuses with his phone. That is why. Hey, chat. Y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. All right, well, while we waiting, let's get back to some of these reactions. And then if anyone else wants to join, click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. I will bring you on up if you want to join Open Panel Debate Night. Let's go. first, before we react to anything else, let's see where the likes is at, man. I'm shadow banned. Y'all not even supporting while I'm shadow banned. How many likes we at? Let's see. Bruh, hold up. 98 likes is crazy. Yeah, nah, we are not continuing with this stream until we have at least, we got 160 people in here. We need 140 likes. We're not continuing. I'm holding the stream hostage until we get 140 likes. Right? That's what's happening. That is what's happening. The stream is being held hostage. You know what? While it's being held hostage, I'm going to play my brother's beat that he made for me. Why not? Because we holding it hostage, man. We're not going nowhere. We need 140. Let's go. 140, let's go. All right, we got some super chats that I missed in here. Let me go ahead and get to some of these super chats. Shout outs to Odang16 says in $2 says, what's up, Cooley? Hey, y'all. What's up, Odang? I'm not sure who you are, but I appreciate the support. We got Dana Gonzalez sends in $5 says, I upgraded to Hitman, but I had to make a new account. Okay, so you made a new account. So it's Arca570. Okay, let me go ahead and screenshot that so I'm aware that that's your account. We got Yo Boy Lean. He sends in $5. Appreciate the support, bro. He says, hey, W No Fugazi podcast. My bad. I'm late. I was watching the Dota 2 live tournament playoffs, Team Falcon today. Anyways, stay up, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the support. Let's get the likes up, though. And again, anyone that wants to join the stream, it's the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. Come on up and we can debate tonight. That's going to be the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. Let's go. We are still holding the stream hostage, though. We're not going anywhere. We need 140. Let's get to 140. Let's get to 140. We at 122. Let's go. We're not going anywhere. Let's get these likes up. Let's beat this shadow ban, right? Why stream, right? Where I can just, I don't have to stream. I can, set up 1v1 debates. I don't have to do open debates. Or I do open debates. I can set up 1v1 debates and my reactions, I can pre-record those and just put them up as videos. Right? My videos get a lot more views than my live streams. So, from a financial aspect, shadow ban, and y'all not liking the video, what's the point of even live streaming and doing open panel? Right? This is content for y'all. So, support by liking the video. And, yeah. Where we at? 123 likes? Nah, that's crazy. Let's get these likes up. Oh yeah, and as you can see, I cut my own hair. You never let another man touch your hair, you know what I'm saying? You don't let another man touch your hair. Like, how you another man, what it look like you a man in a barbershop sitting in a chair and you letting this grown dude stand over you and line you up with his gentle hands. You know, when you're a barber, you got to have gentle hands. You letting this big dude be over you with gentle hands, line you up? That's crazy. You wildin', bro. Suspect. Pause. You may be one of them boys. But yeah, so when y'all see me like not having a haircut, that's by choice. I could be fresh every day if I wanted to. Every day I could be fresh, but I choose not to cut my own hair. Like, I choose to go rugged. Some of y'all other niggas, y'all don't have the skills and the capabilities to cut your own hair. So y'all not fresh because y'all just dusty niggas. Because y'all just not fresh. It's not a choice. Maybe y'all can't afford a barber. Maybe something's going on in your personal life. But with me, no, it's a choice. Y'all like, Cooley, why are you just speaking right now? Because y'all need to get these likes up. I'm waiting on y'all. Let's get these likes up. Where we at? Okay, we had 139 likes. Bro, we got to be at 140. All right, put it like this. If we don't hit 140 likes in 2 minutes, I'll basically stream for 2 hours. I might as well end stream, right? We had 130. Listen, if you got 10 more people need to like the video. 10 more people, let's go. And this beat hard. I can listen to this beat all day. This beat hard. Shout outs to Swinger. Shout outs to the bro for whipping up this beat. All right, we had 134. We may hit the goal. We may hit it, we may not. I don't know. Let's see if we hit the goal. Let's get it. We may hit the goal. We may hit it, we may not. I don't know. Let's see if we hit the goal. Oh, I gotta turn the music up. It ain't even that loud. Let's turn the music all the way up. Here we go. All right, I turned the music up. All right, we had 139 likes. All right, go ahead. Y'all hit the goal. Y'all surpassed the goal. You got me to 146 likes. And don't be gay and take your like away, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's not do that. Let's not go there. All right, so let's continue to react to videos. Anyone that wants to join the stream and debate tonight is open panel debate on YouTube. It's going to be the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. You click that link and I'll bring you on up. Or you could just go to the YouTube description, and it's the second link in the YouTube description. Click that link. It's the link to join debate tonight. If you're a feminist, if you're an atheist, if you watch any of my content and you have a different worldview than mine, or you're just like, Cooley, I disagree on this, I disagree on that, tonight's your time to come up, get your 50 minutes of fame, and debate tonight, right? Tonight is your night. But while we're waiting for people to come on up, because people be scary nowadays, let's go ahead and react to some more content. So let's see what we got here. A lot of stuff that the members sent, but let's see. Okay, let's get into All right, what is this? Let's refresh. Oh, okay. Biologist versus transgender. It's one of these again. Let's see.
Why men can't be women.
Your sex is something that you're born with that lasts through your entire life. And there's two sexes.
Oh, that's biologically wrong.
Say that again. Can you come a little?
That's biologically wrong.
I disagree with that.
They're intersex people. What about them?
Okay, so just so you know, he's a evolutionary biologist, and he's an expert on all of these subjects.
I'm a psychologist.
Okay.
It's now.
The first comment up here said, so basically a real doctor versus a doctor's feelings. Yeah.
In medicine, clearly that there are more sex.
Okay, so how do you respond to the fact that there are more than two sexes? People who have a so-called intersex condition, this is defined by people who at birth appear sexually ambiguous in some way or might appear as the opposite sex at birth. But the appearance of sexual ambiguity, this is not a third sex in and of itself. So the sexes, male and female, they're defined reproductively by the type of gamete, either sperm or ova, that an individual has the function to produce. So this isn't just humans, this is across all animals in nature. Why don't you define sex and let's have you define?
This is so silly. Like when you're having this, and I actually debated the transgender here on this podcast before. One joined Open Panel Debate Night randomly, and I completely obliterated him, right? I completely obliterated that man that believed that he was a woman, destroyed them. And the thing is, like, if you're a straight man and you're debating transgenderism and you're taking the affirmative position that there's more than just two sexes and there's multiple genders and things like this, the only question that needs to be answered is, are you gay? Are you gay? Like, you're not dumb, because my 2-year-old knows the difference of boy and girl, in that there can only be boy and girl, man or woman, male or female. And those two cannot interchange. Like, my 2-year-old knows this. Very, very smart, right? But not, like, if a 2-year-old can know this and you're a grown man, it's not about intellect. It's about, are you gay? Right? It's a perversion, right? Because if you're gay, your mind has been perverted, so therefore you can't think properly. It makes sense. Like if you're gay to believe it, all right, fair enough. All right, you believe it. A 2-year-old knows more than, if you're gay. We get that. Makes sense. And I don't say this, I'm being hyperbolic, of course. I don't say this to say that, there's no intelligent gay people. No, there's a lot of them. But they can still be have the incorrect worldview. They have a backwards worldview, so you really can't trust them, right? I don't know how you guys trust like people with, inverted perversions like that. It's crazy. All right, let's bring up some people for Open Panel Debate Night. Welcome to the show. What's your name and what do you want to debate about tonight?
Sasuke. Well, I'm going by Sasuke for this.
Sasuke, and what do you want to debate?
So, I want to debate about Christian theocracy. I seen in one of your previous debates, I think you was debating somebody about free speech. So, you claim to be a Christian, right? And free speech, I don't think is really a biblical concept. Like, if you look at the 9th commandment, it says, thou shalt not bear false witness. So, and then on top of that, you got the blasphemy laws and stuff like that. Even the United States, as well as a lot of European countries, when they was under Christianity, they had blasphemy laws. Like you couldn't blaspheme against Christianity. So, yeah, I'm kind of confused on your whole free speech debate that you was having. So,
do you know my position?
You sound. I didn't see that full debate. I just seen brief parts of it. So
it wasn't really a debate. It was a it was a discussion that I think I had it. Who was it with? Was it Tyga? It was with a white guy, right?
Well, I don't believe in race. Different races in humanity. I think we all the same race. But yeah, it was a light skin dude he was debating with.
He was white, right?
I don't use those. Yeah, he was white. Yeah.
You don't use like if you. Okay, so
I don't believe in the concept of like different races in humanity.
I just want to know if you would just understand color. Like, what's the color of this?
Yeah, that's white. He wasn't that light, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't that light, but there's a difference. Yeah, less pigment in his skin, right?
Yeah. So, are you a free speech absolutist? Like, you think it should be complete and utter freedom of speech?
No, I've never said that I was a free speech absolutist, where it should just be all free speech. That would be silly. There's certain speech, like especially from being a Christian, there's like you can't speak ill on God's name. Blasphemy would be against Christianity, against the Christian worldview.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not a free speech absolutist, but when we're speaking about free speech, it's nuance in here, because if we're looking on, some can look at it this way. If we're looking on platforms, right? As far as we live in America and we're governed by our government, the United States government, where we, pay our taxes to, our tithes to. And these companies like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of these companies, they created something and they own it, right? And a lot of them have a monopoly on these social media platforms. Like you just can't create a new social media platform and think that like you're going to get popular. No, you're going to be bought out by Instagram probably if you do gain any type of notoriety, which means that there's a monopoly on our ability to even create, to compete with, to have a voice, to be a owner of a company, to have a voice and give other people voices. So if there's a monopoly, only a few companies have it. X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Facebook and Instagram, that's the same thing, owned by the same person, Mark Zuckerberg. Since there's a monopoly, well, in regards to free speech, I think that you should be able to say many things. Like, as far as anti-Semitism, why is that a thing? You should be able to speak about other people without a problem, right? Blacks, you should be able to speak about the blacks and the whites without a problem. Now, should you be able to threaten someone and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and murder all of your children and stuff, and all of your comments is about that? No, you should probably be banned. Like harmful speech, I would say that that's a point of harm. In regards to, let me think of what else. Yeah, so that was the point of the discussion, which I believe that we were having if you were watching that debate.
I only seen a little bit
Okay,
of it.
cool.
What I remember, the guy you was debating, I think was in favor of blasphemy laws, and then you brought up like the N-word or something like that. So it kind of sounded like you was arguing that you think we should really have a lot of
No, I
free
was doing an internal critique.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was doing an internal critique to show him that his worldview so he was speaking about the N-word. So I was doing an internal critique to show him that if you would agree with blasphemy laws, then what's your argument that would favor the N-word? He wanted people to say the N-word no matter who they are, which I don't care at all. But if he wants that, but then he also wants a blasphemy law, then it's like, well, you want certain laws, you pick and choose. You want this law, but you don't want that law. And
you believe in force doctrine, right? You believe in force doctrine. So whoever's in charge makes up what they don't want to be allowed to be said. Like in Canada, I think Jordan Peterson came up on the whole LGBT stuff because they was trying to, in that case, they was trying to force him to say certain things, like use certain pronouns and stuff like that. So whoever is in charge is the ones who are gonna make it ban what you can and can't say. So they're the ones who are gonna limit the speech. But my
yeah, you're not telling me anything that I don't know. What's your argument?
My argument is for Christians, I think, we need to set up a Christian theocracy, because like the UN and all, like it's basically like the whole world is against Christians, and Christians are too soft these days. They need to get more theocratic. Like in, for example, the Roman Empire, Christians were persecuted in the Roman Empire under paganism for like 300 years. Then once they, Constantine converted to Christianity, they slowly started to gain power. And then eventually under Emperor Theodosius, he made Christianity the official faith. And ever since then, really technically all the way up until now, there has been state Christianity. I mean, basically Christianity has been official, the state religion. Even though right now, technically, I would say there's no Christian countries right now, but there are still technically countries like the UK where their king is the governor of their church, and their bishops, certain bishops in the Anglican church, is a part
Okay,
of
so your position is that we need a Christian theocracy where Christians govern speech.
Govern everything, because think about it.
Govern everything. That's I wouldn't. We wouldn't really have an argument there. But what you believe in, that Jesus is God?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you look at the biblical form of government, like the Israelites.
What's going on, Wicked?
Not much.
No, you're good, man. I seen you wrote in a private chat. So he was speaking. You were in that conversation too, right?
Yeah. It was pretty much me and you versus Dyer, because we were talking about his claim and he was talking about an ought claim. That was really the problem in that debate that we were having. Me and you were having an is argument against his ought argument was worth
against his
ours.
ought.
We were agreeing about it, but our point was in the is point. His point he was making was an ought point. This was probably like few streams back.
Yeah, a few streams back.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. This guy is up here. Let's bring him up too. See what we got in here. Hey, what's going on, man? You still don't got a camera?
He got a camera.
Nah, bro. Can you hear me though?
He got a camera. You got a phone?
That's okay. Go ahead, man.
I'm on a desktop.
Can I just finish up?
But you have a cell phone?
I know you got a cell phone, bro.
Do you own a cell phone? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you log in on your cell phone?
Yeah, log in on your cell phone, man. So you can see your face. We like to have cameras up. Okay? Now I'll bring you on up. All right, man? All right, peace.
I don't think he understands.
Yeah, I don't know. But I gave him a second chance, too. So.
I don't have a camera, but I have a phone.
So how do I pronounce your name again, man? How do I say it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Never watched Naruto?
Sasuke.
I made the comment in
Naruto,
the chat. That's a Naruto.
You know what? I watched Naruto a long time ago, and I don't remember any of the character names because I wasn't a huge fan of it. It's Dragon Ball Z over here for me, man. But anyways, man, do you have any points of contention with my worldview or anything that I say? Because I'm trying to have a debate tonight. So if not, I appreciate the support, and we'll go ahead and refresh panel.
So you a Christian theocrat too? You want a Christian theocracy, correct?
Yeah, I would prefer that the nation that I'm living under to be governed by Christian ethics. That's what I would prefer, instead of, because you got to think about it. If it's not governed by Christian ethics, we're going to be governed by someone else's ethics. So that's just logical to want what I believe in my worldview for it to be governed that way.
So you realize it will have to be a monarchy, and we will have to get rid of like democracy and mass voting. I think only the people who should be, if we do have voting, it should only be male Christians that's voting, Christian men. And the reason I say that is because if you look throughout the Bible, like for example.
So listen, man, your base takes, we not here to this debate night. We will probably agree on all of this. We're not going to have it may be like little things that we may pick at, right? But for the most part, we'll agree. It's good that you're based, right?
Seems like it.
Yeah, but
let's have a monarchy to theocracy monarchy. We need a king. All right.
Fair enough, man. Have a blessed one, man. We're trying to have some debates. All right, Ty. All right, Wicked. debate night is not to just come up here and, you already know that we probably agree on most things. But come up with a point of contention. Shouts out to the Fallen One, sends in $2. Salute. Appreciate you, man. Shouts out to Dane Snyder in here, sending in $5. Shouts out to Dane, man. I haven't seen you up here for open panel debate in a while, man. I know that you recently started streaming yourself, and I hope all is going well with you, man. Let's give you a no Fugazi.
No Fugazi. Fugazi.
Dane says, nothing gay about it. You're just too cheap to pay a Barbara. I'm too old, fat, and stiff to reach the back of my head. I ain't got but a few hairs left. Yeah, it's called jokes, man. It's called jokes, but I get that you're joking too. It's funny. I went on another podcast and I was being like super, super sarcastic and, hyperbolic. I'm like, listen, if you let another man touch your head, you gay. Like, if as a man on this planet, there's a few things that you should have figured out. You should be able to change a tire, do your own oil change, including changing your brakes. Super, super simple. And also cutting your hair, right? If the little house appliances mess up, you got to replace the hot water knob. As a man, you should be able to do that. But the thing is, when I spoke about cutting your hair, and I was like, if you don't have the ability to cut your hair, you gay. That someone clipped that little part and it went viral. And everybody was on TikTok was like, bro, Cooley is weird. Like, bro, he's calling people gay for not cutting their hair. It's called jokes, man. What's going on with this generation? People are so sensitive. What's going on, right? Like growing up in a locker room, playing sports, just with your friends, we make jokes on people if you can't do something that I could do, right? If I can do something and you can't do it, I'm gonna make jokes on the people that can't do it. It's just being funny, or not even that. Let's simplify it even more. The type of jokes that I would make with my friends and stuff. If you fall asleep first, over the sleepover, we traveled somewhere and you the first one that fall asleep, bro, you get made fun of, right? We putting peanut butter on your head. We gonna mess with you. We gonna clown you. We gonna do a lot of pranks to the person that fall asleep first. If you enjoying your food too much, we at a restaurant eating and you like, dang, bro. We gonna make funny like, this nigga satisfied. Nigga, only women and children feel satisfied from food. Why are you satisfied? If you like being overly emotional, we gonna make jokes. We gonna clown you, but we still gonna be there for you as well. But we gonna clown you first or after. Clown you first or after. If you being vulnerable, like, oh, man, this happened. Yeah, we gonna be there for you. We gonna support you. We gonna help you out in that time of need. But we gonna clown you too. And as a man, you should be able to take that. That's what I'm talking about. You niggas is soft. All right, we got Yo Boy Lame sends in $2. He says, correction, Team Falcons lost today. Dang, man. Bro, I don't even watch sports. I don't know what you talking about, Yo Boy Lame. You're not talking about football because it's not football season. So are you talking about hockey? And if you black and you watch hockey, you not black. Listen, we don't watch hockey, bro. I mean, I don't watch any sports. Like, I watch boxing, right? I'll watch a fight. And also, real quick, my bad. I'm ranting right now. But anyone that wants to join the stream, click the first link that's pinned in the YouTube comments. It is open panel debate night, but we just chilling right now. It actually is open panel debate night. Shouts out to I see Ashley Cruz in here. Says 147 likes. Yes. Yeah, we made it. Yeah, the stream will continue on. Where we at in here? Any other chats that I missed? I think I got them all. Yeah, we had 163 likes. Look, we got 164 viewers and 164 likes, actually. We broke even. 164 viewers, 164 likes. So everybody that's viewing right now, I would assume that all of you liked the video. Or maybe it's not that. Some people could have liked the video and then left and things like that too. All right. Well, it looks like we got no one else that wants to join Open Panel Debate Night. So it looks like we got an easy stream tonight, 2 hours and 20 minutes. But I do appreciate all of you that liked the video. The next debate that I will be doing is going to be this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be going live from my platform, but I'll be debating on someone else's platform, and we'll be debating force doctrine, possibly some other topics as well. But I'll make a thumbnail and throw it up so you guys are aware. But it is going to be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday. So if you got nothing to do on a Saturday around 5, tune in. It's going to be dope. I'll be debating Mr. Fantastic. He came up on Tuesday, and I already destroyed him in that debate as well that we had on Hypocrite. It's crazy, man. Like after that debate, I'm like, why would you even want to debate? But, it is what it is. So, we're going to debate about another topic, right? So I'm sure he's going to come prepared, as will I. But without further ado, this podcast has been No Fugazee. I do appreciate all of you. Stay tuned to this Saturday's live stream, 5:30 p.m. Stay tuned to next week, Tuesday and Thursday. We're going live again, Open Panel Debate Night. So everyone that came in, remember we're shadow banned right now. So remember to come in and let me know if you're not notified of when I go live. So click that bell icon, but continue to let me know because I'm keeping track of it, right? Keeping track of all the people. I probably have at least over 100 people. I have over 100 people that DM me or hit me up on, DM me and said, yo, I was not notified of your live stream. I had and it's been happening for, all of this month. It's been happening like this. So Tuesday, Thursday, live stream between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then next Saturday, we got a full panel dating and relationship show. And we got a whole lot of girls coming, girls traveling in from out of state. It's going to be a dope one. Don't miss that. And that's going to be next Saturday, give and take 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. We'll be going live. And that's Eastern Standard Time. Peace. I'm out. And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long. Doing new things. Men are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. You are in comfort. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.